Great. So welcome everyone. Happy New Year. Welcoming 2023. Can't believe, for me, 2022 flew by, it feels like. But looking back, it was quite rich. Quite a lot of things happened. So this has been an annual thing we do for the last 2-3 years. I feel it's a very important process to bring something to a close before you make yourself available for something new. And this renewal process for me is very fundamental to yoga, to prana, the way we experience prana and the way prana functions in all of us. The word prana is pra plus ana, and it basically means something very special, which has the quality of renewing itself. So that's built in, the quality of renewable regeneration, all of that is built into the very fundamental life force energy that we all need to stay alive. And it really shows up. The easiest way for us to connect with prana is our breath. So every single breath is a fresh breath. And there is this deep potential of bringing a sense of freshness and renewed energy in each breath. So as we bring a whole year to a close, it's important to take a few moments to look back at that year and look at what could be some of the places where you feel there is some residue. You feel that there is some unfinished business, or even some attachments, something nice that happened or something that you really longed for that happened. And you just stay there and you keep reminiscing about that one thing that happened. And even that attachment, in the yoga world, we call it raga and dvesha. So raga is the attachment, the getting hooked to something that you want more of. And dvesha is the aversion to something that you don't want so much of, or something that has left a bad taste in your mouth. And there's a sense of aversion to it. So holding on to both raga and dvesha is not going to allow us to really move on, because raga and dvesha capture and hold some of our prana. So our prana gets stuck in the past. Yeah. So like I said, those unfinished conversations, unfinished events, things maybe you wanted to see happen, things maybe that happened and you want more of. In many of those places, our prana is stuck. And when I say prana here, I don't just mean the breath. I'm actually talking about your mind, because even our thoughts are prana. And every part of us is prana, but in its own expression. So your mind is stuck in a place that does not belong to this moment, that maybe does not even belong to the year that has to come. And part of our sadhana is to free ourselves from that and bring our prana back to this present moment, so that we can be fully equipped, as energized as possible, as prepared as possible, as fresh as possible to take the next step into this new year. This is a very fundamental renewal process that I deeply believe in. And actually for me, you can do it every day. You can do it every week, every month, every year. Yeah, and I usually, even say, for example, when I come back from a wedding, which was so full of stimulus, so much energy, and you do so much thinking before you go to a wedding. I'm just using wedding as an example because I recently went to a wedding. It could be any event, right? There's so much thinking and planning that happens. And Pooja was sharing before we started the session that Christmas and New Year's, and there's so much stimulation. So the mind is steaming, it's caught up, it's entangled in all of that. So it's very important to free ourselves. This is called moving from vritti sarupyam to chitta vritti nirodha. What does that mean? Vritti basically is your thoughts, the movements of your mind. Vritti Sarupyam essentially is referring to your mind that is entangled. And moving towards a Chitta Vritti Nirodha, Chitta means mind, is a mind where a lot of your vrittis, entanglements, have settled. So, what happens when your mind gets settled, when all the entanglements slowly dissolve, when the prana gets freed up, is there is much deeper, there's a much deeper sense of clarity. There's a much deeper sense of energy and presence to really take up what is in front of you and energize the way forward for you. So this process of renewal for me is also tapaha swadhyaya ishvara pranidhana. Tapaha is your action, your practice, anything that you engage with. Swadhyaya is to go through it with awareness and see what is the impact it has left on you. Is there still some residue? Is there something you're still stuck with, some raga and dvesha around it? So just being present, being aware about what was the outcome, the impact of that action for you. And Ishvara Pranidhana is to surrender, to bring a sense of completion and closure to it. So that is for me the theme of today's session, today's meditation. If you'd seen the poster, we had also talked about this, to look back, to clear, to energize ourselves, that is, gather our prana, and then consciously prepare ourselves for 2023 in whatever way you wish to. Each of us will have our own direction that we want to move into. Yeah, that is actually part of the yoga practice. It is about gathering yourself, gathering your mind from all those places that your mind is stuck in. And now that you have this potent energy present with you, you get to choose where you want to direct that energy. So that's really the process we're going to go through. And my intention today is we go through this and you carry this process with you through the year. Like I said, you can do it on a daily basis. You can do it on a weekly basis, monthly basis, annual basis, or when something specific happens. Yeah. And constantly checking in. The question I really like to ask myself is, where is my mind? Yeah, this morning I was in a meditation with my teacher, and as she was guiding us, I found that my mind was we've just moved into a new house. There's been so much activity. My mind was constantly going back, not able to stay with the meditation. So that itself served as a mirror to me to ask myself, where is my mind and where is it going? And to slowly free myself from that. And also observe, where is it going and why is it going there? So this is a place of inquiry that will help you understand your mind, the nature of your mind, and slowly work better with your own mind. Because in the end, at the end of the day, it is our mind that is responsible for every single experience of our life. Yeah, everything we perceive, every action, every decision comes through the filter of our mind. So taking care of this mind is the number one priority in life. That is my belief. So that's what we will do today. We will do a renewal process, something that I'd like to leave you with, and something that you can carry with you through the year. And as a theme to say, where is my mind and how am I taking care of cleaning my mind and preparing my mind to live the best possible life that I can on a daily basis. Yes? Shall we begin? All right. Now, to do any kind of work, we have to first be slightly centered. Some of the philosophy, the Indian philosophy, talks about how when a mind is very hyper or very active or very dull, we can't really do much work at that time because it's too extreme. So let's just center ourselves a little bit and calm ourselves a little bit. And when I say calm here, I'm not referring that you may be agitated or anxious. I'm really saying just settle our energies a little bit before we can bring any kind of awareness to ourselves. So we'll start with a very simple practice of humming. Yeah. So I'd like you to place your hand on your lower abdomen, just slightly tuck your chin and sit. Just sit here and watch your breath. And we will be using the breath throughout the practice for this renewal process. Remember, I said breath is the expression of prana. And it is very much connected to the larger consciousness, the universal prana. So my breath is not only serving me, but it is also connected to deeper, more intelligent parts of me and the universe. So we will be using this breath for this renewal process throughout this practice. So we start by becoming aware of your breath, bringing your awareness to your lower abdomen, and just watch your breath there for a few moments, giving your breath some space. As you watch your breath, just observe the quality of your breath. Just for this moment, there is no past breath, there is no future breath. Your breath mirrors to you what is happening within you right now. And keeping your hand in the lower abdomen, let us start to slowly open this breath up. So breathe in, pause, and make a humming sound with your attention to your lower abdomen. Hum. When you're done with the humming sound, just give some space to your breath. What happens to our prana, what happens to our breath when we are activated or we are stimulated is it starts getting stuck and compressed. So our first step is to decompress. So breathe in, pause, hum. Next one, breathe in, hum. Two more times, breathe in, hum. One more time, breathe in, hum. Watch your breath now. Hopefully you feel slightly more decompressed. Exhale. Now shift your hand to the chest, your heart center, tuck your chin. We will hold our attention here as we decompress the breath in this part of your body. So breathe in. Hum. Watch your breath. As you finish, give space to that breath. Breathe in. Pause. Hum. Four more times. Breathe in. Pause. Make a humming sound. Hum. Breathe in. Hum. Breathe in. Hum. This time, bring your hand down. Just observe your breath. Observe the breath as you inhale and you exhale. Step back and watch your breath. Slowly moving through your body. Observing the quality of your breath. Having decompressed a little bit. Being more centered. Hopefully your mind has dropped some of its racing already and is a little more present in this space right now. Okay, now we're going to do a little nyasam. I'm just going to pin my video so you can all see. So nyasam is actually a very beautiful practice which helps us let go. So we're going to turn our attention to 2022, whatever happened, whatever didn't happen, wherever our residues have been holding on, wherever we've held on to raga and dvesha. So we're going to hold the intent to be able to loosen it and dissolve it and let it go from our space, from the body, from the mind. So nyasam is where you actually we'll do it start from here, start from your little finger, the top. Yeah, hold your thumb. And as you inhale, you're going to hold the bhavana, the feeling of gathering everything that you need to let go of. And as you exhale, you will chant an om if you're comfortable or humming and push your thumb up and flick it. Yeah, do it once with me with the other finger. Inhale, gather everything here. And exhale, push it out gently, without any aversion, with kindness, with compassion, with just calmness, and push it out. So you're holding the intention to let it go, you're gathering, and then you're letting it go. So it's a very conscious process of cleansing that we're going to get into. Okay, so let's all do it together. We'll do all four fingers, which is one round. We're going to do 3 rounds. So I'll hold my hands up for you to see, but you can just place your hands down. Yeah, so just start. Bring your thumb to the little finger, the top. Inhale. Just hold the intent as your breath expands to gather everything that you don't need to hold on to from 2022. And chant Om as you press your thumb up. Om. And at the end of it, just flick, offering it out into the universe, surrendering it with Ishvara Pranidhana to let it go and cleanse your space. Go to the next finger, top of your finger, the ring finger this time. Inhale. Oh. And flick, release. Give some space for your body and mind to go through the process. Watch your natural breath as this happens. And now let's go to the middle finger. Breathe in from the top, go to the bottom, gather. Pause. Start your Om and offer it back to wherever it belongs. Om. Watch your breath for a bit. Now the index finger, breathe in. Om. Pick it out, offering it back to where it belongs, offering it back to the universe. You no longer need to hold on to this unfinished business from 2022. Let's start the next round. Come to the index finger. Now start paying attention. What is the quality of your letting go? Are you throwing it? Are you pushing it? Can you just calmly, with your sound, with your breath, just return it, just offer it with a lot of equanimity that I don't need this anymore. I'm complete. Can you do it with that kind of attention? Start with your little finger, breathe in, pause, chant Om, Om. Next finger, breathe in. Om. Next finger, breathe in. Breathe in and collect, breathe in and gather. Om. Last finger, the index finger, breathe in. Om. Now, for the last round, I'd like to ask you to think about any specific event or conversation or aspect of your life that may be something you need to bring closure to. Like I said, it could be a big event. It could be just something that happened or didn't happen, some kind of thought, some kind of emotional difficulty, anything that you feel you need to bring a closure to, you'd like to reduce the load it carries in you. Bring that to your mind for a few moments. And the next round of Nyasam you will do to just cleanse that space, to let it go slowly. It may not happen in one round today, but you can start the process today. So bring your hands to your little finger. Breathe in. Oh. Just loosen your grip on that event or that thought, anything that you're holding on to. Next finger, breathe in. Oh. Breathe in. Last two. Oh. And last one, breathe in. Oh. And now just come back to your breath. Just watch your breath. Let's give some space to your breath to do its work. We have done ours. Just step back and watch your breath for a minute or two. Just allowing your body and your mind through your breath to give back to the universe that does not serve you anymore. It does not need to stay in your space anymore. Now slowly let us turn our attention towards our sense organs. These are the windows to the mind. These are the ones that are feeding the mind all kinds of stimulus. So let's go to each sense organ and take some time to offer some cleansing, some releasing, holding our attention there, becoming more aware of them. So let's go to the eyes. First step is the eyes, the organs through which we see. And as you hold your attention towards your eyes, let your breath flow naturally. Very softly, say to yourself, whatever I have seen and whatever I have not been able to see, may I now let it go. May I now release myself from that. Stay with this space for a few breaths, for a few moments. Allowing your eyes to get cleansed, to get refreshed. Whatever I have seen, whatever I have not been able to see, may I be able to let it go now. Bring your attention to your ears, the organs through which we hear. say to yourself softly as your breath reaches your ears to cleanse, to renew, whatever I have heard and whatever I have not been able to hear, may I let it go. May I release myself from that. Bring your attention to your nose, the organ through which we breathe, through which we smell. Smell has a very deep connection with our inner world. As you stay with the space at your nostrils, say to yourself, whatever I have taken in and whatever I have given out, may I now let it go. May I make peace with it and release myself from it. Bring your attention to your tongue, the seat of your taste. Whatever I have tasted this year and whatever tastes I have not liked, may I make peace with it. May I be able to let it go. Bring your attention to your skin, the sense organ of touch, of feel, where we feel things. Whatever I have felt and whatever I have not been able to feel, may I make peace with it, and may I be able to let it go. Holding all the senses in your awareness, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your tongue, and your skin. Let's take a few moments to just breathe out. You can breathe out through your mouth if you like, or you can do Ujjayi. Just letting go and cleansing. Letting go of that may still be clouding, be influencing these sense organs that act as gateways to our minds. Let your mind be with your breath, because unless your mind pulls away from some of its preoccupations, it cannot untangle itself. So each time, see if your mind can follow your breath and travel with your breath. Also now start to pay attention to your inhale. So now breathe with your mouth closed. As you inhale, you're also energizing all your senses with fresh prana. And exhale, letting go of all that you don't need to hold on to. Surrender. Ishvara Pranidhana. And having done this now, let yourself relax for a moment and take a look at 2022 as if it is standing behind you. Just turn around and say goodbye, say thank you, whatever it is that comes to you. Take a moment to connect and bring a closure and a completion to the year that was. Say thank you. I now let you go in peace. And when you're ready, turn around and look at 2023 ahead of you, the road ahead of you. And at the beginning of this road, stand there as if you're standing in a beautiful samasthiti, just in touch with your breath, in touch with your body, your eyes on the road, just becoming aware of how you're feeling as you begin to look at the year ahead of you. Are you feeling excited? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Anticipatory? Is it a mix? Just becoming aware and naming it for yourself. Naming and acknowledging it for yourself. What is it that you feel as you look at the year ahead? And all your feelings are valid. Our preparation is more about being aware of what is emerging from within us rather than making ourselves positive or anything like that. The first step is just being deeply aware, using all our senses to see and listen and feel within. As we stand at the threshold of 2023. And see if you can slowly, gently deepen your breath. Most people here are yoga teachers or experienced yoga practitioners. So exhale in Ujjayi, inhale, Slowly deepen your breath and use your breath as that anchor that you will hold on to this whole year. Visualize this breath extending beyond the top of your head and deeper into the ground from the bottom of your feet. So you are connected to higher forces and rooted to the earth. So deepen your breath and hold on to it as your anchor for this year. And let this breath energize you for the days that are to come, the journey that you are going to take. Know that this breath is with you at all times. This breath is your best friend. And feeling deeply connected to your breath, now look into 2023 and look at what are some of the things that you wish to send your prana towards. What is it that you would like to energize for yourself? Is it a relationship? Is it work? Is it something in you that you wish to nurture? What are some things you wish to direct your prana towards? Choose one or two things and stay with them as you stay with your breath and send your prana into those spaces. Let those spaces grow with the power of your energy, your prana. And remember that as you energize these spaces in the coming months, you will face obstacles, you will face challenges, you will feel derailed. But with the help of your breath, it is possible to move through them from strength to strength. And when you feel like you have energized enough and you feel complete, slowly just let go of all that you have been holding in your visually in your mind, and come back to just being with your breath, either in your chest or at your nostrils, anywhere in your body. Just stay with your breath. Stay with your breath and let yourself rest in your breath. For some moments, let go of 2022 or 2023. None of that really matters. Just stay in your breath for a few moments. Slowly, as and when you feel comfortable, start to bring your practice to a close. You can lie down for a minute if you like, if you're not already lying down. I'm just going to chant for all of us. Purnamada Purnamidam, which really talks about being whole. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much. Slowly close your practice. Come back to the space.